my previous videos, I reviewed the Meta Quest Pro headset, discussed its specs, tested different new features, accessories, and shared my hands-on experience. But in this video, I will share more details about specific VR apps that I tried during the 2-hour hands-on demo. In total, I tried 4 VR apps from independent developers. If you haven't yet, I strongly recommend you watch my main Quest Pro review first so that you have a better idea of its specs, cost, all the new features that this headset packs, and who it's intended for. And if you've already watched it, then welcome back and let's go! The first VR app I tried is called World with triple O. With the help of this app, you can load an immersive 3D map on a virtual tabletop in your living room, and if you want, you can invite friends and family to explore it together. You can visit places there just like in Google Earth, but it's especially fun if you invite your friends there, so that you can plan trips together, or if you want to check out the place in VR first before you go there. And I can think of nearly a dozen of use cases for this app for education, like class projects, group presentations, and so on. The more you zoom in on the location, the more detailed it gets, and you can hop in the street view with your friends. One cool feature of this app is that you can doodle on top of the VR buildings and even draft the entire routes or show directions to someone else on this 3D map. But it's not all just about exploration. There's even a game that you can play inside World. This minigame is called Where in the World, and it literally teleports you in the street view in a completely random location in the world, and you will need to walk around and find out where in the world you are. Look at the landscape, the flora, the architecture, and the road signs for clues, and try to guess where you are. And the closer is your guess, the higher is your score. I thought this app was really fun because before I used to lose myself in Google Earth, which is a PC VR app, but World seems to be a lot more advanced in what it can do, and the multi-user aspect is pretty neat. I also like the fact that you can rescale the tabletop to see more or less of the map. I was very skeptical at first about the next app called Tribe XR, which is an app made to learn how to DJ in virtual reality. I've never DJed in the real life, and I thought that I would be very disconnected from this experience. What I didn't expect is that the app had a camera screen just like in a Zoom call with a real teacher somewhere on the other side of the planet who gave me a very real lesson in DJing. I was learning on an ultra-accurate replica of a professional DJ equipment that in the real life would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And to my surprise, I actually managed to learn the basics of DJing and even remix and record my first track. Thanks to the significantly increased pixel density on Quest Pro, I could see the smallest buttons and text to follow my tutor's instructions. Tribe XR supports multiplayer, pre-recorded or live sessions, real tutors, and even Twitch integration for live streaming. I do think that this app is targeting a very specific group of people, but being this narrow-focused allowed Tribe XR to become a very cool and a professional tool for this specific purpose. I can already see a new movement starting with musicians recording their own tracks in VR. This might become the next big thing. Clubbing in the metaverse is about to be changed forever. The next app I tried is called Figment XR, and what's cool about that is that it's a mixed reality first app that did not exist before Quest Pro, but just like all other apps, it will work on Quest 2 as well. This app is all about creating interactive scenes. You can import assets from Giphy and Reddit, add physics to them, remix them, and then publish them for other users to see and interact with. These scenes are not just pieces of art, they are filled with interactable objects that can be assigned behaviors and physical attributes to, but all those experiences are rendered on top of your real space. I had only 15 minutes to play with this app, and it was packed with so many tools and features that I could lose myself in it for hours, but I couldn't explore them all in such a short time. I did try a few scenes that were already pre-built for this demo. One thing I know for sure is that this app requires a lot of space. I tried a virtual mini-golf and an interesting marble physics game where there was the entire course built for little marbles, but it took so much room. I know for many Quest 2 users, the lack of physical space can be a big problem, so I would imagine many of these scenes from Figment might be simply too large for some users' living spaces. Still, this is a perfect app for creators who want to make something that never before existed in the real world, and with Figment XR, it's now possible. And add a full color pass-through to this experience makes it truly magical. Finally, I tried an app that was already familiar to me, Painting VR. Except now, instead of painting in the VR studio, my inner Picasso was creating masterpieces in the real world. This app is really cool, and the ability to paint while at the same time interact with the people in the room is so important because it makes you feel less isolated. But it's not just the color pass-through that's worth mentioning for this app. Quest Pro features a brand new technology technology called scene understanding, and that's basically the ability of this headset to understand the physical attributes of your real room, like walls, ceiling, furniture, and so on. That's why in an app like Painting VR, you can hang your VR pictures on your real walls, and they will stay there even after you close the app and open it the next day. That way you can set up the entire virtual exhibits of your art, or simply decorate your studio in any way you like. This was a really fun experience, and I want to talk about this scene understanding technology a little bit more. Scene understanding gives 3D characters and 3D objects the power to understand the geometry of the room. As a result, the developers can build the experiences that are quite literally mixed with our reality. For example, this creature you can see right now is walking on the floor of the room, it's climbing on the walls, it's climbing on the ceiling, and it's able to detect and even avoid physical objects in the room like a couch or a chair. The same technology was also featured in Figment, where the entire scene can be placed on top of a table, or you can add physical attributes to objects so that they can bounce back from different real-life surfaces. I want to thank Tom, Haldon, Javier, and Wim, the founders of the apps I got to try, and the Meta team for giving me the early hands-on opportunity. One thing that was clear to me after this hands-on demo is that Quest Pro was not designed to be a hardcore VR gaming headset. Quest Pro is for builders, designers, inventors, and it's made for productivity and collaboration in mind. I did not get to try any of the immersive VR experiences, no AAA titles, and all these experiences featured mixed reality to a certain extent. Overall, during the presentation, the product developers were talking a lot about Quest Pro being a tool for developers to build the next level VR experiences. In regarding to face tracking and eye tracking, Meta are releasing what they call a movement SDK, and they will be sharing it with the developers to incorporate this technology for character development. So Quest Pro will now allow developers to animate their characters with no additional hardware required except for the headset itself, and very soon we should see some mind-blowing creations that incorporate this technology. Remember to watch my Quest Pro in-depth review to learn more about what this headset offers, and also my review of official and third-party accessories released specifically for Quest Pro. Thank you for watching, and see you next time!